Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the international kitchen of this Paris Cookbook Fair. Now on stage we will have someone who really personalized the word international. And it's Yesmine Olsson. You have a very exciting background and history coming here to cook. So please welcome her with an applause. Yesmine Olsson.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to see me. And I'd like to say thank you to Paul Master and the developer for having good faith and taking me all the way here to cook for you. I am working as a personal trainer and nutrition consultant, but I also work as a performing artist. I put up shows for TV, and I brought these two passions together and put it all in a book, basically. I am born in Sri Lanka. I think it's quite important that I tell you my background, because otherwise you won't understand anything. I am born in Sri Lanka, south of India, the little island south of India. I'm adopted to Sweden. I have grown up with Swedish parents, which means no Indian cooking. They still don't know how to cook Indian. I think I'm more or less showing them how to do it. Then I have been traveling very much in my work all over the world, and then I ended up in Iceland, which is really weird. It's a small, beautiful island in the north. And I've been working with health, sports and dance all my life. And I have competed in fitness like 8 times. And I think it was when I was on a really boring and strict diet that I realized that, hey, let's spice it up a little bit. And I started to use the Indian spices to make the food more interesting. So that's really how I got going. I have done 2 books called Tempting and Tasty. The first one is called Light and Colorful, and the second one is called Indian Arabic, Light Cooking. And what I did in my book is that I cut everything down. I lived in Iceland, so you don't have all the spices that you have in Indian cooking. So I made this list much shorter, and so people could walk out to the store. It would be easy to find them. I used maybe 6-7 spices, and if you have them, you can cook everything in the book, more or less. And another thing I did as I worked with health and fitness, I cleaned it up. I cut down sugar and salt and oil, and I tried to find new things to put in and use instead. I think I should not talk too much, rather start cooking. I have decided today to do this one. Yeah, there was one thing I'd like to tell you. As I said with my last book, I put together my passions, and then I'm talking about that I did a cookbook with all recipes that I love. And as the book became a success in Iceland, I started to work with some really great cooks. They served the dishes from my book, and me and my dancers are dancing dances from the most famous Bollywood movies. And that is a really interesting concept that is working quite well. I have chosen some of my favorites from that menu, and I'm going to start to cook something called Peswari naan. And I think everybody likes naan bread, yes? Everybody knows what naan bread is and likes it quite much. I've chosen to do something called Peswari naan, and it is quite sweet inside of it. It is cocos and raisins and almonds. But what I did is that I went to England and tasted this in a Nepalese restaurant, and I didn't know what it was really. It was the first time I tried it, so I went home and I studied on the net, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. And my friend flew home a Peswari naan for me, so I could open it and try it again and try to figure out what it was. And I started to do it with something called cocos, in Swedish, marzipan. Cocos is something marzipan, something you use when you bake, actually. But then I realized this is not healthy enough, so I have to do it differently to get the sweet thing in it. And so instead I use dates, and I will do that today. What I do with the dough is that I try to healthen it up a little bit, so I use whole milk, half whole milk, half white flour, and then I use agave. It's looking like this. It comes from a cactus. It is 3 times sweeter than normal sugar, which means you can use much less of it, which also gives a really good taste. And I don't use butter either. I use coconut oil, which has been really much discussion about, because there is something called trans fatty acids in it, which is not very good. But it's very different combinations of acids in this one, not like in the animals, the fat from the animals or the vegetable. So he's quite one of the better things you can use as you bake and cook. He's healthy. All right, and has been used in Asia for many, many years. Okay. What we're going to start with is doing the filling. So I already prepared the dough, obviously. And I have pistachio nuts. Can I put them in here? Uh-oh. Can I open this? Yes. We put the pistachios. We'll put the almonds. We'll put the cookies. And the wonderful dates with sweet taste. Okay, let's see. Is it this one? No. This is probably where I get somebody, some nice person to come up with. I think you have to cook it up a little bit. Right? Does it go into this system? Yeah. It's really funny because I wanted to bring my own mixer. I wanted to bring my own mixer that I got from my mother-in-law, but it was so ugly. I didn't dare to. So I'm sure somebody can help me a little bit with this. In the meantime, I'm just going to